Now, if you're a Premier League fanatic like myself, you're probably very familiar with the recent comments that Manchester United manager Ruben Amorim made about how this is the worst United team in the club's history. Now, I'm going to be getting into that, guys, but please, before we do, I'd like to ask you to make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and click that notification bell so you know every time I make a new video. I'm currently on track to 1,000 subscribers, so if you support the channel by subscribing, I really appreciate it, guys. But let's get right into this video and hear what Amorim had to say.
In 10 games in Premier League we won 2. I know that. Imagine what is this for a fan of Manchester United. Imagine what is this for me. So we are getting a new coach that is losing more than the last coach. I have full knowledge of that. Like I said, I'm not going to change no matter what. And I know we can succeed, but we need to survive this moment because I'm not naive, and I know that we need to survive now. So we are being the worst team maybe in history of Manchester United. I know that you want headlines, but I'm saying that because we have to acknowledge that and to change that. So here we go, your headlines.
Now, the aftermath of this press conference from Ruben Amorim kind of was a little bit of a mixed reception. You had a lot of people who agreed with what he said, obviously, and then there were people like Jamie Carragher who came out and said that this was out of line from Ruben Amorim. Now, here's the thing, guys. The truth can never be considered disrespect as far as I'm concerned. This is the worst Manchester United squad we've ever seen. I am a huge Liverpool supporter. The fact that United are sitting in 13th place while we are in first place brings me an overwhelming amount of joy because I hate the club. And so from an unbiased perspective, that should let you know how in the weeds Manchester United are right now. Okay? And prior to Ruben Amorim, Erik ten Hag was United's manager for 2 seasons and spent his entire time acting as though there was nothing wrong at the club, as if it wasn't a complete dumpster fire at Old Trafford. And I think that a lot of United fans actually appreciate the fact that Amorim's being straight up with them and saying it how it is. And you know how I know this? I don't see any United fans online talking about how what Amorim said was out of line. And the only argument I feel as though anyone can make that Amorim's comments are out of line is if they say it's rude to the players, the guys that go out there and play the 90 minutes and try to play for the badge. But here's the thing. I completely disagree with this sentiment. The guys who play for Manchester United, I am nearly certain have salaries that are higher than 90% of the other players in the Premier League. Guys that make money a week more than like most people's houses cost, for God's sakes. These guys are multi-millionaires who underperform week in and week out and let their club down. I enjoy it as a Liverpool fan. I hope it continues. But I think it's crazy to criticize the manager who's newly appointed to this dumpster fire and say, you know what, him calling it as it is at the club and saying that, you know, these players are underperforming as if that's out of line. It's ridiculous. And I'm sorry, if you are a United fan, which I don't think there's many of you, that are so concerned with the delicate sensibilities of the multimillionaires that basically just use your club to make millions of dollars and underperform season after season, you need to check your priorities. Because the guys who play for Manchester United, there are a few that perform well. But there are other ones who have just been mailing it in for years, getting a salary from the club. And the fact that the media can come out and criticize the newly appointed manager because he's literally just calling it as it is. Everyone knows how Manchester United is. We all know it's a dumpster fire. Rival fans know. United fans know, the media know, and we all talk about it. But as soon as the manager calls it as he sees it, then it's all of a sudden out of line. You know, there's a point that, you know, you need to have your players back. I didn't hear Ruben Amorim singling out any players. Oh, Harry Maguire's the reason that this is one of the worst Manchester United teams of all time. No. And also, too, he really didn't even put the blame on the players, but rather the performances and the results that they get. If you actually listen to the interview, he's saying that on a results basis, this is the worst Manchester United team of all time. And quite literally, that is damn near factual. Like, if we're all being truthful, over the past 20 years, a Manchester United side sitting in 13th, just like honestly a hair out of the relegation zone, that it's the worst United team we've ever seen. And I think that in terms of him wanting to rebuild the club and move it back in a positive direction, he needs to call it out as it is. Because a lot of the issues that the club has currently is not a result of Ruben Amorim. He has not had a transfer window where he's been able to bring in new players. But to me, it's ridiculous that any criticism could be made towards Ruben Amorim for this. And not for nothing, I think that if you're someone who's a United fan and is criticizing him, you need to have your head checked. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I appreciate each and every one of you so much for the support. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, click that notification bell. I'm on track to 1,000 subscribers, so I appreciate all of you supporting me on my way there. I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.